Hi everyone, you are watching Soma Ma'am's English class. This is class 12 English poetry, A Thing of Beauty by John Keats. In this video, you will watch the line voice explanations, illustrations, word meanings, literary devices, poem in points. And you are watching Matchless Mentor by your English teacher Soma Ma'am. Now let's begin. In my previous video, in the summary video, already I have given you about the poet and the summary of the poem. Do watch that video before this, then you will understand the poem better. So let's begin. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us and asleep, full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Now see children, you can see a beautiful picture. It's like a shelter. See the meaning of the word bower means a shady place under the tree. Now what does these lines mean? The poet here speaks of the permanent nature of beautiful things, which give us eternal joy. It's very true, isn't it? When we see something very beautiful, it always keeps an impact on our mind. Their loveliness keeps on increasing and never fades away. The everlasting beautiful sight of beautiful things is stored in our memory. They give us peace, just like a quiet, shady place gives us a sleep full of sweet dreams. A sound sleep results in a good health of our body and mind, and it provides us tranquility and mental peace. Isn't it? This is very true for all of us. See the picture, you just feel yourself lying on this green grass, and how would you feel? Okay, so now let's move to the second stanza. Therefore, on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth, spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth of noble natures, of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over-darkened ways, made for our searching. Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. See the word meanings I have given. Inhuman, dearth, noble, in spite of, pall, morrow, wreathing, despondence, gloomy. Now wreath, see this the picture, look at the picture. Wreathing means you make a garland and you just weave a garland like this with flowers and different leaves. Means small flowers, they become one. They are all united into one garland. Now let's see what is the meaning of these lines. When we wake up the next morning after a sound sleep, all the beautiful memories of our sweet dreams help us to strengthen our bond with earth. This is why the poet feels that every morning we prepare a wreath of flowers that binds us to earth more strongly. Do you agree with me, children? Yeah, it's very true. Now see, hopeless, sadness and lack of noble ways are a part of human life. Life is full of trials and tribulations, lost faith and disappointments which result from our deeds. Result from our own deeds. What we do, we get the result. We harm ourselves by following unhealthy and wicked paths, isn't it? So, but in spite of all these, some wonderful sights of nature help us to shade sadness and the grim thoughts. They remove all the veil of gleam, bringing about hope and optimism in our life. I hope you all agree with me, children. This is a beautiful poem, and you are watching Matchless Mentor by your English teacher Soma ma'am. Now this is the third stanza of the poem. See the beautiful picture of flowers, daffodils. Daffodils are very common in the western countries, especially in UK. And see right side, you can see the picture of a rill. Rill, the meaning, you see a small stream, small rivulets, branches of rivers. Now, where does poet gets all these eternal beauties which removes all the negativity and fills us with positivity? So let's begin our third stanza. Such the moon, such the sun, the moon, trees old and young, sprouting a shady boon, for small sheep and such are daffodils, with the green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covert make, against the hot season the mine forest break, rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms. Okay. Now see the meanings, word meanings. Covert, boon, rills, break. Now see, let's get into the explanation of these lines. The poet now goes on to list these objects of beauty. Okay, now let's continue. He says, the poet says that the sun, the moon, old and young trees which provide shade to sheep, the daffodils, the greenery surrounding them, the cool and clear streams which provide respite in the heat of a summer, and the bushes growing in the forest with musk roses blooming amidst them are all eternal sources of joy and pleasure. So are you noticing this, children, that the poet is not talking about something any special or something very grand or something like that. He is talking about very simple and very common objects which we see all around us. He is talking about the inner beauty, the beauty of simplicity, the beauty of goodness, the beauty of positivity. Okay. Okay, now let's see in the next, in the fourth stanza, what does the poet say? Rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink, pouring unto us from the heavens' brink. Now this is the last stanza, the fourth stanza of the poem. See the word meanings: grandeur, mighty, immortal, brink. Look at the pictures. The first picture is of musk rose, which is also very common in UK, where the poet belongs to. And on the right side you see very grand, magnificent buildings of the world. Okay. Now let's get into the explanation of these lines. The poet adds on to this his explanations. He adds on further to his list that according to him there is beauty even in death. He finds beauty in imaginary stories people have made about our dead ancestors who were deemed as heroic mighty. Means their well deeds, the constructions, the things what they have left behind after their death. The poet goes on to say that all the lovely tales that we have heard can also be placed among such things of beauty, as they have a sublime effect on the human spirit. All beautiful things are like an endless fountain from the heavens, sent by God Himself so that mankind may enjoy these precious gifts. Now, these are the literary devices. Watch the video till the end because I have discussed the major literary devices which you need to know very well for your class 12 exams. See, the rhyming scheme of the poem of the first stanza is A, B, B, C. For these are the rhyming words what I have given. You can go through all these, and I must tell you, you must write down all these meanings and literary devices in your copy or note it down in your textbook, so that very often you come across these words and these explanations and you will remember them till your exam or throughout your life, and it will help you a lot. Now, alliteration. See, use of what is alliteration? Use of consonant sound at the start of two words which are close in series, like sleep, sweet. See the beginning there, same letters, same sounding consonants. So the next one, metaphor. I have given it according to the stanzas. First stanza you get these three literary devices. Rhyming scheme is this, alliteration, metaphor is bar quiet, and the explanation is given. In the second stanza you get anaphora. What is anaphora? That is given, and you can go through all these lines. Alliteration, it's given. Alliteration in the second stanza specifically I have mentioned. See, metaphor in the second stanza is wreathing a flowery band. This part is very important. You must understand the metaphor over here. Imagery is very effective in this poem, creating a sensory effect of beautiful things lined up in a string. Inversion is also there. What is inversion? Its normal order of words is reversed. See the question pattern. Are we reading a flowery band? We use this type of syntax generally in question, but in the poetry, Keats has used this type of construction of sentence. Now in the third stanza again you get alliteration. You must mark this part in your book that this is alliteration, this is imagery. And in the fourth stanza you get again four literary devices: alliteration, metaphor, rhyme and imagery. All these you should mark in your book. Now let's see the next part. Now these are the two major literary devices which you come across in your class 11-12 syllabus. Okay, now simile and metaphor. Children often get confused about these two literary devices. The first one is simile and the second one is metaphor. See, I have compared them in two columns. The comparison between simile and metaphor. Something is where you use like and as. That is always simile. Like, he was as quiet as a mouse. She swam like a fish. See the metaphor, how you will use the same thing. Ali is a walking dictionary. Time is money. Here we generally use the word is, and there is no usage of as or like or any other comparing words. It's indirect comparison. See here, I have given it more elaborately. See the first picture. Bob is as brave as lion. When you convert it into metaphor, it is Bob is a lion. Now see this left side you get all the characteristics of simile, right side you get the characteristics of metaphor. Now see, these are the sentences in simile which you convert it into metaphor. Bob is as brave as lion. Bob is a lion. The pizza is as hot as fire. The pizza is a fire. Okay, so I hope you are getting me. Life is like a dream. Life is a dream. So directly you just say it straight away. She is like an angel. She is an angel. Life is like a box of chocolate. Life is a box of chocolate. So this is how you convert a metaphor into a simile into a metaphor. See here, I have given you more metaphorical sentences. The sun was a gleaming pearl. My baby brother is a cute little teddy bear. My sister's memory is a camera that remembers everything we see. The car seat is a fluffy cloud. Custard is happiness in a bowl. Now again, see on the right side, I have given two comparisons between metaphor and simile. Why I have incited so many comparisons, so many sentences? Just to make you all remember what is the difference between metaphor and simile. I get a lot of questions from my students about this metaphor and simile. Very often they get confused. So you must remember these sentences, and you remember these pictures, you will remember the difference between metaphor and simile. He is a shining star. Kisses are the flowers of affection. Her long hair was a flowing golden river. Now similes are busy as a bee, brave as a lion, quiet as a mouse, light as a feather. Now at the end of this video, I have a task for you. You must write down 5 similes which is made by you. You should make your 5 similes and 5 metaphorical sentences and put it in the comment section, so that I can understand that you have understood the simile and the metaphor well. At least 5 simile and 5 metaphor. You whatever you give your original one and put it in the comment section. That will be a task for you after you finish watching this video. Now look at this last final points. The whole poem I have jotted down in 2 columns. The list of things of beauty mentioned in the poem by Keats, and the list of the things that cause suffering and pain. See which are the things which gives us joy: sun, moon, shady trees, beautiful daffodil flowers, streams of water, dense green bushes of forest, ferns which fragrant musk rose grow, tales of heroic men which sacrifice their lives. ये सारी चीज़ें हम लोग को खुशियाँ देती है. On the other hand, list of things that cause suffering and pain: desire to offend others, hopelessness, lack of noble men, bad health, unhappiness, gloom, darkness. So these are the things which we should avoid. So this is a beautiful poem, and I hope you have enjoyed, you have understood the poem well, and you must send me 5 similes and 5 metaphors after you finish watching. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching from the whole team of Matchless Mentor, and bye from me. Meet you again in my next video. Till then, bye.